What's going on, everyone? So, I want to talk about Christian Koloko. Now, he is on the two-way, and I'm starting to break down players on this roster, and I wanted to kind of keep it to the roster, but Christian Koloko is expected to play a real role right out of the gate. Now, look, at the time of recording this video, maybe it's changed, but at the time of recording this video, still hasn't been cleared by the league yet, but there is this expectation from both the Lakers and Koloko that that is going to happen. Lakers did their own evaluation. He was clear, he was good. It's expected that the NBA is going to do so before training camp, before the season, and he is supposed to play a meaningful role right out the gate. And there's even talks about at some point this season, he will be on the main roster. So I will talk about him. May dive in a little into Colin Castleton. I'm probably not going to talk about Armel Traore as far as because I want to keep it to the guys on the roster. But of course, let me know down in the comments below if you do want me to still touch on those guys as well. But diving into Christian Koloko, right? What type of role, what type of plays can he kind of slot in? How can he fit on this Lakers roster? Well, right out the gate, he is a floor running, athletic, versatile big, right? He can help on shot blocking as well as just kind of being that high motor, high energy guy, right? He's a guy that think of like Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford last season for the Dallas Mavericks and their ability to constantly apply pressure, block the occasional shot, kind of be a deterrent at the rim. But more than anything was them getting out in transition and the bigs being able to run as well. That's where you're really going to see a lot of value in Christian Koloko. His ability to just grab a rebound, kick it out to the playmaker, whoever the guard is, and just trail and be one of the first bigs down the court, be one of the first players down the court. So that way you can kind of run, the look ahead pass or, have the trailing big man. Or if you get a steal and get out in transition, you know that the big fella's coming to trail and get the miss or get the putback, or you can just kind of dump it up or lob it up and he's going to finish with some authority. That's what you want to see. Now, he doesn't have a ton of weight behind him, which is a bit of a concern. He doesn't solve the Jokic, the Zach Edey, the Embiid problem. He's not a guy that solves that, but he is a guy that just is another able body that you can throw at those guys, another able body that you can slot alongside Anthony Davis. Now Anthony Davis can kind of be the help side, kind of blind side defender while he's kind of trying to hold his own against Jokic. But it just gives you two legit 7-footers to kind of operate and protect around the rim, right? Another shot blocker. Also his ability in the pick and roll action and to be a mobile big, right? You're able to slot him in various areas because he has the foot speed and the ability to crash in order to kind of run different sets, different actions, but also help on the glass, right? Which is the key, right? Because you can kind of bring him out, run some set, have him be the screener, run the pick and roll. That works, run the occasional lob, but also kind of have him be the picker, kind of bleed out. And then now you can run some actions. But then when the ball goes up, he can crash the glass and actually impact on the offensive side of things. And if he isn't able to get the rebound, he's quick enough and has the foot speed to get back in the other direction to still defend and close out on the big or even a shooter, right? He's also shown the ability to defend out on the perimeter and defend in the pick and roll, as well as just kind of be on an island. He has the foot speed, the length, and the lateral quickness. Now, he's not somebody that I'd want, switching out on Kyrie, right? And Kyrie's just doing his thing. But he is a guy that if, for whatever reason, it kind of gets jumbled within our defense scheme, and now he's on an island with one of these guards, I do kind of trust him to at least make things difficult, right? I'm not saying he's going to clamp up no, I'm just saying at least make things challenging, not just get walked through and, it's just it's an easy bucket. At least be able to defend, recover, if he does get blown by, again, having that size, that length, and that quickness to be able to recover. This is the guy that was looked at as the defensive anchor and center cornerstone for the Toronto Raptors, a season and a half ago, right? He was very raw then. He was a project then. He's more likely than not very raw now and a project now. He hasn't played in a year and a half, right? I'm not expecting him to come in and be this, 2010 guy with 4 blocks and, 2 steals and is just, prime Dwight Howard. I'm not expecting anything like that. But can he play a limited role, right? Can he play, 15 to maybe on some nights 20 to 25 minutes a game? Say AD gets the night off or Hayes gets the night off. We need that big man. Boom, he's coming in, he's slotting in and can kind of fill that void. Then that's perfect, right? If he could be a guy that gives you, 5 and 5 off the bench or 6 and 5 off the bench, right? And just give you, a block a game or whatever on average or 0.8 blocks because he's only playing like 15 minutes. Like to me, that would be perfect in that kind of second, third big man role because you still have Jackson Hayes. And I'll touch on Jackson Hayes. Don't worry about that. But Jackson Hayes is one of those guys where, Koloko's going to be competing with him. And is Koloko going to be able to outperform Hayes? Now, Koloko is the better shot blocker. They do have very similar games in just being that high energy, high motor, floor running big man, right? Both are good defending in the pick and roll. Jackson Hayes has been good in the past defending pick and roll. He wasn't great last year, but he has had years where he's been actually very good defending in the pick and roll. But the discipline, he just doesn't have the discipline on the defense side where Koloko has shown the discipline. Right? Koloko has shown the ability to keep his hands up, to not go out, to kind of be that deterrent and not bite on the pump fake or just stand his ground and then still be able to block the shot. He's also shown the ability to recover well. Jackson Hayes, it's one of the issues with Jackson Hayes, is he doesn't recover well at times. Koloko, he has shown the ability to when he does get beat, he's able to slide and get back to at least affect the shot or make things difficult, as well as even if he gets out of position, he's able to kind of just slide back or kind of fill in the gap in order to kind of close out and block the shot or at least deter it, right? And those are the kind of things that go a long way. As far as like best case scenario, in my opinion, for Koloko is he's like an 8-8 guy, right? Maybe 20 minutes a game, mostly through lobs. Now, Koloko has shown the ability to, especially in the training tapes that we've gotten recently, he's actually looked really good shooting the mid-range, shooting the 3, right? His jump shot actually looks very crisp. And that might have been something that he was really working on in this last year and a half, right? Now, a lot of guys look absolute money, right? Even Ben Simmons. I mean, you can find videos on the internet, even this offseason, right? There's videos of Ben Simmons just racking out threes. Boom, splash, 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 right? It's one thing to be able to shoot in an open gym. It's one thing to be able to shoot, like when it's just like, a 5'5" guy holding up the little stick. It's another thing when you're in the flow of the game, right? You have all this distraction, guys are bumping you, you're popping out, right? It's a big difference. Crowds loud, all that. A lot of guys in an open gym, they can go 99 for 100, right? Even guys that aren't known as shooters in the league. A guy that you're like, he might be the worst shooter in the league. Watch him shoot in an open gym, and that guy will shoot, again, 99 out of 100. But in an actual game, that guy can't shoot a 3 to save his life, right? Like, that you see a lot. So I don't have the expectations of him being a real floor spreader. Jackson Hayes actually has had seasons where he's been very good spreading the floor with New Orleans. We'll see. It would be nice if Koloko can knock down the occasional 3. Again, I don't want to see him taking like 5, 6, 7 threes a game, right? I want him to be what he is, which is that high energy, floor running big that can make an impact on both sides of the ball around the rim. But if on occasion he kind of leaks out and he's wide open, take the shot, right? Take the shot. If you're wide open, shoot that thing, right? I don't want to see him, but I don't want to see actual play designs for that. Unless he's just like muddy, right? Like he's like 6 or 7 from 3 this game, and he started the game 4-4 and he just can't miss. And it's like, hey, maybe we should run. The outlier, sure. But often, no, right? I don't care. Even if he's 40% from 3 on, I don't want to see him shooting 5 attempts a game, right? Put him and slot him where he's best, which is as that floor runner, as that trailer, as that high energy athletic big that's applying pressure on the rim on both sides of the basketball. A guy that's going to throw it down with authority, get hyped up, bang on his chest. Like, that's the kind of guy I want to see. I want to see that guy. Obviously, I'd like to see him put on a little weight throughout the course of the season, maybe put on a little muscle, right? Obviously, you don't want to affect what he's best at. But again, I think the Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford type comparison is probably the best comparison. Again, that floor running big that can block shots, that can be a deterrent at the rim, right? That's going to be high energy. He's going to give you 110% game in and game out. He's coming off of a scary, usually career-ending type of medical condition. You can see it in his workouts. It's like he just discovered basketball. He's out there just like living his best life, just having the time of his life, right? Not taking it for granted. I'm not saying he was taking it for granted before, but when you have an experience like that where something you love, something you built a career on, something you've worked your entire life for just gets taken away in a snap, and then now you get that back when when everything says you're not going to get that back, right? There is this new level of fondness. There is this new level of excitement. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Are you excited for Christian Koloko? Are you excited to see what he can bring to the table? Again, I'm gonna stick to the main roster guys, so I'm gonna break down the 15 guys, including Bronny because he is on the main roster, and I do think he plays a handful of games. If you want me to break down Armel Traore, you want me to break down Colin Castleton, just kind of as a break glass case of emergency, I may end up breaking down Colin Castleton because I think he may get some minutes as well. So look forward to that. But if you want me to break down Armel Traore as well, please let me know down in the comments below. But again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. So let me know. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.